welcome. Today I am taking on my journey of picking up my 2017 BMW M3 from the dealer, where it's been getting some work done. In the meantime, I still get to enjoy and drive this loaner that I've had for 2 weeks. This 2020 BMW Z4. I did a full review on it. You can click on it right above. And I've got to say, it's been a really fantastic car. It really opened up my eyes in terms of how fun a convertible could be and how amazing the new automatic transmissions are, especially this 8-speed ZF, which this car has and all the BMWs have. But there are a couple of things that don't necessarily sit well with me. For example, these massive A-pillars, they serve well when protecting you during a rollover, but during daily driving they really obstruct your view, especially when you're turning into intersections. Then you've got massive blind spots that are caused by this top, as well as the roll bars. So for the most part, I found myself driving with the top down, which in itself is a very cool experience. And finally, I seriously could not get used to the new center controls. The old ones, in my mind, were a lot more intuitive. These are just too complicated, and the buttons are too small to make any adjustments. So I hope this gets revised during an LCI upgrade. But anyways, let's get my car back, and I'll walk you through everything that's been done, hopefully, to it. And let's see how bad everything was. You get the first impression. Ooh, just sat in the car. First thing I noticed, the steering wheel is completely misadjusted. I gotta bring it closer to me. I gotta drop the seat down, drop the windows a little bit, and we're gonna start it with the valves open as to make an impression outside. I've got to say, it feels really good to be in the car. Let me pull it over to the side. We're going to go over exactly everything that's been done and take it for a quick spin. The car feels so different. Oh my god. It's not warmed up. Oh, obviously it's not warmed up, so I can't really push it. But we're gonna pull into the shopping center and we're gonna walk through everything that was done. Woo! We have a bunch of things that were addressed, and here we go. I originally brought the car in here for a check engine light. It was found to be a faulty O2 sensor, which is the one after the catalytic converter. Also, wastegate actuators needed calibration. Front suspension diagnosis. So I have my M Performance lowering suspension, which is obviously made by BMW and warranted by BMW. I noticed that my thread actually seized and I couldn't adjust it up or down. Luckily, it was adjusted at the proper setting, but if I wanted to go up and down, I couldn't. Something, maybe the threads crossed or whatever, but I just couldn't get it done. So this is what they did. Right front strut spring damage. Check and report. Verify issue. Right front height adjustment assembly cannot be adjusted. Adjustment locking screw cannot be released. Remove right front strut assembly, remove spring and replaced adjustment assembly. Reassemble and adjust both front strut spring height. So that's exactly what they did. In other words, they replaced my M Performance adjusting perch, the one with the thread that sticks into the shock and goes up and down. So they replaced the whole thing, and at the same time they adjusted the right height in the front so it's nice and even. One of the things I asked for is sometimes I get a bit of a clunking noise coming from the back during shifting and whatnot. So what they did was, the note here says rear axle diff diagnosis. Customer stating clunking noise from rear over bumps. Muffler is tapping at times at rear support brace. I don't know. So I think they probably mean the cross brace that rubs against the mid pipe. So what they did was they replaced that cross brace. I don't know if it's gonna fix anything, but whatever. And that's it. And the total cost for all of this, get this, $0. Why? Because I am covered under warranty up until the end of 2022. So all of these things were thankfully covered under warranty. If it wasn't for the warranty, the repairs would have been, I want to say, between $1,500 and $2,000 in repairs that I avoided by still having warranty. And technically I would not have paid that much because I know how to DIY and I would have done it myself, but since I still have the warranty, I could take advantage of it, so I did. But anyways, it's time for us to drive our car back home, despite the fact that our settings are all screwed up. So I'm gonna have to adjust all my M settings and whatnot. But oh, feels good. Feels so good. This was it, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I've been missing. Not only the acceleration, but also this manual transmission. Okay, so first and foremost, the car does feel the same because none of these fixes will really affect drivability. Maybe the clunking noise, but again, the car feels the same. There are no check engine lights. I noticed a couple of things that I cannot get over. First and foremost, how dated this center console now feels. The screen, which I might have to replace with a bigger screen now that I think about it, feels really, really small. The Z4 had a massive screen. That's the size that all the new BMWs have. And I've got to say, I appreciate it. And it actually sits a little closer. This one sits back. It's not touch screen, but it sits far back. And it's just a super kind of primitive looking design. I can't believe I'm saying it. I do like these buttons here a lot better, as I mentioned earlier. This is just a much more intuitive design. There's a bump, no clunks. Anyways, so and one other thing that I really cannot get over is these seats. Yes, they are super huggy, they are super aggressive, but I feel like I'm sitting on the roof. The Z4 had such a low seating position that it really, really spoiled my driving experience. This now feels the same way what it felt like when I first drove an E90 M3. You sit really, really high compared to everything else, or compared to what you expect in a sports car. Now that I'm back in this car after driving the Z4 for 2 weeks, where you kind of sit on the floor, this feels like such a bigger car, and you sit a lot higher. But if you can forget about that or get over it, and obviously I will get used to it, this will be back to normal. The Z4, yes, it was fast, but it was very hard to control it with the throttle if you wanted to step out the back a little bit. Why? Because obviously not enough power, and the fact that you cannot snap the clutch if you wanted to make the tire spin. I know for a fact that with this car, it's a completely different experience, so I look forward to doing that again. But seriously, really nice to be in this car, but it's crazy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's crazy how dated it started to feel after living with the other one for 2 weeks. Now, should I really care about it? No, I'm all about the driving experience. What I might have to do is, I'm gonna have to look into upgrading these seats, because, oh man, these seats are fantastic, or I thought they were fantastic until I drove the Z4. Unless, I wonder if I can put the Z4 seats in this. If anyone knows the answer to this, let me know, because honestly, that would probably be a good compromise. But anyways, this is it. Enough yapping. This is what I have to live with, but I'm glad all those things were fixed on the warranty, and I've got a lot more things planned for the car and our channel, so stay tuned for that. I wanted to thank you very much as always for watching. Let me know what you thought about my observations by commenting down below, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.